Now, here is a question from a young lady. She says, my sister is pregnant, my parents are elderly, and I have a child who's 18 months old. It becomes very stressful to not worry about them and gives me headaches at night. I'm also working from home and the maid isn't coming. What do I do? Well, this is indeed overwhelming for, I think, most people who are there at home, working from home, especially I would say women more specifically, because working women, because you're working and also looking after the family. The children are also at home. They may have, like this young lady says, elderly parents or parents-in-law, and everybody needs their time to be tended to. So it is indeed overwhelming. And the first thing I want to reassure you is to let you know that worry and anxiety is quite natural under these circumstances. We all go through it everywhere, across countries, across classes of people. We are all going through the same worrying times. And do not think of your worry as something extraordinary. Now, having said that, I would also like you not to obsess too much about what will happen, because a lot of our worry and anxiety comes from the fact that we want to have things in our control, and because these times are such that there is a lot of uncertainty about what's going to happen. Nothing is really in our control, except maybe some small things like washing your hands and keeping a social distance, and that's what we can control really. So, not worry excessively about what is going to happen and create more anxiety for yourself, because usually anxiety creates loops, loops of anxiety provoking thoughts, and then they spiral down into sometimes overwhelming anxiety that can also make a person feel panicky. So typically these anxiety loops happen when we try and catastrophize situations. We see the worst case scenario all the time. We think of all the things that will go wrong and how it will go wrong and what will we do when it goes wrong, and so on and so on. So it goes into this huge spiral where we magnify the proportion of damage, or we feel that these are things we will not be able to handle at all. And also, we start speculating a lot. We try and predict the future outcomes of situations we still don't know much about. So, this question of what if, that constantly nags us is what produces anxiety. So, make sure that you are not going into this kind of anxiety loops, and try and turn the question around and tell yourself, what if not? What if everything goes okay? What if I'm able to manage situations? And what if we are all healthy and safe? So that reduces your anxiety tremendously. The second thing you can do is actually set up a time to worry, a worry time and a worry zone. So dedicate a place in your house, a sofa or a chair, where you sit down and for a set time, like for 10 minutes, you worry all that you want to worry about and get done with it. And once you leave that chair and move out after that time, you tell yourself, okay, I've done with the worrying for the day. Now there's no need to worry for the rest of the day. It's like trying to fool your brain, but it works, funnily, because we are drawing a boundary for our mind to stay and to give a break from the worries. It's also good for you if you can take short breaks and relax in between through the day, because you're working from home as well and there are chores to be done. So keep taking short breaks. These could be stretch breaks, these could be breaks where you do some deep breathing, listen to one or two songs, and then get back to work. And even while you're working, if it helps, you can put some light instrumental music in the background as you're working, because music relaxes you automatically and your work output may be even better. And lastly, to keep affirming the positive. Keep telling yourself that I'm doing my best under the circumstances and I can't be perfect always, every time, in everything that I do. So, if something doesn't match up to my expectations, it's okay, it's no big deal. We'll get by, we'll get along, and that's fine. And I think that way, keeping that self confidence, self belief, will help you sail through.